Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Going to give you a very thorough overview of the article. There is a link in the description. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment and share the video as you see fit. I need to give you a trigger warning. This is absolutely brutal. This is hideous. It's another murder on Thanksgiving dinner, Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to give you the overview to begin with. So this happened in New Mexico, Albuquerque. Again, Thanksgiving Day. A husband and wife, their name's Carl and Denio, the husband, 62 years of age, and his wife, Connie Denio. They were due to have a Thanksgiving dinner for family and friends. Their son, Darren Denio, was the first to arrive. He drove to the house, his parents' house. He drove with his brother and his sister-in-law, got to the house, wasn't able to get in. Nobody was answering. He thought, well, that's a bit strange. You know, we're here to have Thanksgiving dinner with mom and pop. They're not answering the door. What's going on? So Darren Denio, the son, called his sister, so I presume the daughter of the married couple, Colin Denio and Connie Denio. The son called his sister, whose name is Tammy Pacheco, and said, hey sis, we've arrived. Myself, my brother, and your other brother and the sister-in-law have arrived at the house. Mom and Pop aren't opening the door. What should we do? Are we allowed to break in? Are we going to get in trouble with the police? The sister called the police and asked exactly that. Hey, look, this is the situation. Guests have arrived, but nobody is answering the door. We're a little bit concerned. Can we break into the home, the family home? You know, we are their children. We're not meaning to cause any harm. We just want to make sure everything's okay. Police said, no, you're not allowed to do that. That would be illegal. Don't do that. So the son, Darren Denio, drove to the sisters, Tammy Pacheco, picked her up, drove back to the house, and then between them, they managed to find a way in. They were a little bit naughty. They broke a hinge on the garage door. So they did that. They broke a hinge on the garage door, and they were able to get inside the house, wherein they made a hideous discovery. The father, Colin Denio, was lying in the bed. His dead wife, Connie Denio, their mother, was lying on the floor nearby. The father looked at Tammy Pacheco, who I believe is the daughter. I could have that wrong. She's seemingly the sister of the son. So, you know, I think that would mean the daughter, but maybe that's not quite the case. The father looked at Tammy Pacheco, at which point Tammy Pacheco did the right thing. She backed out of the residence. She called the police. The police came. They found Connie Denio dismembered and disemboweled in the bedroom. The father, Colin Denio, was detained at the scene. He had cuts on his legs. He had cuts on his neck. He was taken to hospital. And if I understand correctly, at the point of publication of this article, November the 26th, I might be uploading this a little bit slow. I have internet problems today. Hopefully that remedies itself by tomorrow. He was in hospital at the time of making this video, or rather the time that this article was published. So he was in hospital with cuts to his legs and his neck, and that's pretty much all we know at this early state. So the mother had been liaising with the family, checking up on them. Oh, are you still on your way? What should we do today? Up until moments before they arrived, everything was perfectly fine, seemingly. Mom and Pop were going to be having a nice family meal. And then for some unknown reason, we don't know the motive, but seemingly the father mentally snapped and murdered the mother, murdered his wife, Connie Denio. Not only murdered her, but dismembered her. We don't know the details there, but dismembered means cut off a limb or limbs. Dismembered Connie Denio and disemboweled her. Cut her open. Apologies. That's all the information that we have at this point in time, other than to say that family members have said that the father, Colin Denio, was diagnosed with let me show you this because I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but he was diagnosed 2 years ago with a medical condition which is likely highly relevant. So he was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. Frontotemporal dementia 2 years ago. The article tells us that those people with FTD, frontotemporal dementia, are particularly prone to sociopathic behavior whilst retaining knowledge of their acts and of moral and conventional rules. So if I understand that correctly, those with frontotemporal dementia, with which the father had been diagnosed 2 years prior, they are prone to acting like sociopaths. They know what they're doing is wrong. They know it. They know that they're doing it. They remember it after. They know it's immoral, yet they do it anyway. Sociopathic behavior. Diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. I'm interested in what would have caused frontotemporal dementia, if that would have been caused by an accident, an injury to the brain, to the head, or if that's something which occurs naturally, that just occurs with age or such. I'd be interested in the how frontotemporal dementia develops. But seemingly that does seem to me to be highly relevant, that this father, about to host, along with his wife, a nice family Thanksgiving dinner, acts in this horrendously brutal and ultimately sociopathic way. That's all the information that we have at this point in time. Of course, full condolences to the family concerned, who are just going to be absolutely shocked. And, oh my gosh, they're going to be crushed. Can you imagine? Again, I'm not sure if Tammy Pacheco is the daughter, but either way, she walked in and saw the father of the household, Colin Denio, lying in bed with his dead wife on the floor. I presume she is the daughter. Imagine that. Full condolences to all of the family. I mean, also the authorities, the police. This is not a nice, pleasant scene to have to deal with, to have to process the crime scene. They're going to have to spend months on this case. So there we go. So I don't know what to make of it. If this illness or disorder or potentially injury, frontotemporal dementia, if that is a contributory factor, then perhaps this guy needs to be sectioned into a mental health facility. So mental health facility or a prison, either way, make it for life. This is an absolute, shouldn't say psycho, I should say sociopath. This is an absolute sociopath, and he needs to be locked up. Whether that be a medical health facility or a prison, I don't really care personally. I just want them locked up. I want them to suffer for the evil that they've chosen to do. Regardless of whatever mental condition they suffer, they still made the choice to do evil. They still acted in evil ways. They took a life, the life of his own wife, and then did more, dismembered her, disemboweled her. I mean, why? You just got to be, how sick to feel the need to do such things to somebody who's the mother of your children. It's just insane. It is insane. I would not be surprised if this man, this scumbag, Colin Denio, doesn't get fully charged with murder, by way of mental illness or whatever the correct term would be. He's going to get a pass in that regard, which I think is fine as long as he's incarcerated forever. But I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit, and take care.